This is Shiver and Danielle with the evening chat. We want to thank everyone that is here today, that is joining us. And today we have a special guest. I'm excited about our guest today, and I think you will be too. He is a man who is able to take the theme well-balanced diet and literally run with it, turning daily routines into transformative physique with endless possibilities. There's been this new wave trying to figure out a proactive exercising lifestyle, but I think this man has it figured out. Without further ado, let's introduce our next guest, Mr. Brian. Yay!
What's happening?
Mr. Brian, thank you for being on the show today. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Okay. So, Mr. Health Expert, let's start with where are you from?
Well, that is a loaded question. No, I'm just messing. Well, I was born in Georgia, and I guess you could say I'm from Virginia Beach, Virginia. Like, military brat. Dad is retired Navy, so we've been all over the place. But I will claim Virginia Beach as my location of where I'm from. Yeah.
Nice. Cool.
So, what brings you here today?
You're talking to the mic.
What brings you here today? I know you have your own business. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, sure. Like the reason why I'm here today because I want to get my brand out, my vision for lifestyle change, commitment, fitness, nutrition, and talking about the business that I've opened up. Yeah.
Your business again, that's fitness, right? That's
right.
A new gym?
It is a new gym. It's called Body Science. We'll be located in Chesapeake, Virginia. We will be opening soon, hopefully within the next month and a half, tentatively. Yeah.
Where's your location, like the street? Can you tell us where it's going to be at so our audience can know where to go?
Absolutely. It's going to be 809 Live Oak Drive, Suite 8, Chesapeake, Virginia, 23320.
You said Suite 8. Nice. Good.
Oh, test. Okay, that's really good to hear. So, you're from the 757, which you like to claim, but originally from Georgia.
Right.
So, what inspired you to want to be a health fitness person?
You know, I get that question quite often, and it's a necessary one because something that anyone really loves to do and enjoy. You know, it's people want to find out why you do what you do, and why are you good at what you're good at. But I guess like the reason why I've kind of adopted fitness and nutrition as my lifestyle of choice is because it's just something that's just always been with me. Not so much growing up with high school and whatnot. I never played sports. I was always working. You know, but joining the military has pretty much been my foundation to getting into the fitness arena. You know, being in the military, especially the Army, you got to be fit to fight. So it's something that just sticks with you. You know, it never leaves, at least for me.
I apologize for the technical difficulties
It's cool.
that we've been experiencing. So military brat and always being active.
Right.
And I understand because I was currently still am in the military.
Oh, wow. Cool.
So I've did 5 years of Navy.
Okay.
I was a hospital corpsman.
Okay.
So what rate was your dad? What did he do?
You know, he was a bosun's mate.
Oh.
Like was crazy. My dad did a ton of traveling.
Yeah.
So, like, when people ask me, like, what your dad did, like, I kind of know, but I really don't know.
A boatswain's mate in the Navy, we understand what that means because you're nothing but not nothing but because everyone has an important job, an important rate. But they were kind of like on the side of the ship, painting the ship, are paint chippers.
Paint chippers? I'm going to tell my dad that when I get home. I'm going to call him up, I'm like, hey, Pop, like, paint chipper. I don't think he's going to like that too much.
But no.
I'm just messing.
Or maybe I might have it wrong, but everyone has an important job. And,
Sure.
you know, being in the Navy, they were always stressing about health. And
Right.
they've came up with a color code system so that when you go to the chow hall or the dining facility, you would know what is good to eat. Like they would have green for your vegetables. Oh, yeah.
Test.
See. Okay.
Let's turn it up a little bit.
Ooh.
No, it's what? Okay.
Okay. And so, yeah, in the Navy, I was telling you about how they have a nutrition thing, and they're trying to have the fittest 21st century sailor. And so, like I said, it's kind of like the street lights, the colors, red, yellow, green. Green for good vegetables and baked products, and then you have yellow for your starches, and then red for your desserts. And so that kind of like helped people with being healthy. And every 6 months we had a physical test that we had to do. So like near a month or two, people will start getting stressed out, going on diets, juicing everything. Since you're a fitness instructor and you've been inspired by the military, do you believe in juicing, and do you think the juicing method works? With
juicing, it's awesome. Like I guess it really depends on what your goals are.
I'm talking to the mic.
Yeah. All right, I'm good.
Yes.
Okay, great. I guess it really depends on what your goals are, but I think like juicing all around, it's always going to be great. You know, just as long as your vegetables or fruit of choice, it's properly sourced. You know, so as long as you got good product going to your body, juicing is great.
Yeah, because that's the reason why I ask is because that's what I used to do. When I was in the Navy, I had this like ninja machine, or the cheap version of the ninja machine.
I have one at home. It's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I would get kale, spinach, and lemon, and just mix it with water. Yes, it's nasty. I see your face.
You lost me at kale.
Kale is wonderful. It's bitter, but if you can mask the bitterness, it's going to be delicious. I promise you. I can hook you up with a kale smoothie that you will absolutely enjoy. I promise.
Kale chips are amazing.
You want to put money?
I will put money. You know what? I have a kale green recipe. I can make collard greens.
What?
Or I'm sorry. I can make kale greens taste like soul food collard greens. I promise you. I promise you.
You add some fatback and.
Ha! Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. My mom, she has a banging recipe that I'm sure you'd love.
See,
I'm sure.
Because I was like, I know he ain't putting no bacon in it.
Absolutely not.
So I'm like, so where is he getting this flavor from?
It's
yeah, the flavor.
I'm telling you, apple cider vinegar.
Okay.
Rock salt.
Okay.
Smoked paprika. Smoked paprika, and that's really all you need. It's really like the vinegar, because in original soul food collard greens you have the vinegar, and that's it. Salt.
What do you think about that, Danielle?
I mean, no, hey, no.
We'll exchange contact information after the show.
Okay.
And I'll make some, and you're gonna try it, and I promise you're gonna love it. Absolutely, absolutely.
You can't try. He said you will.
You will. Yeah, that's an order.
You're that confident?
I'm absolutely confident. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know how
Absolutely.
confident you could be, because nobody make better collard greens than my mama. So
Everyone says that about their mom.
because everybody mama make the best collard greens.
Right.
That's
But these are
true.
kale greens, though.
Oh Lord.
Well-
I'm sorry, I shouldn't be thinking about unhealthy food while we're talking health.
Right.
Keep going.
Okay.
You should
Make
try
those
baked
people
kale
some-
chips. Like you just
Yeah.
the kale,
Yeah.
you add olive oil, sea salt, and you bake it.
Or you could get some potato chips right there at your local convenience store. You know what?
And that's one thing that he talked about in his bio. That's what's because of the convenience. So with your health products and trying to be healthy, what we struggle with is the time and convenience. Because like Danielle just brought up, you can just go right to your local store and just get a bag of chips, and it's right there.
Right. And
So-
you can go to your local store and get a banana too. Or grapes. See, the thing is, like, that's normally like one of my biggest complaints from clients is, hey, Brian, I want to eat healthy, but I
Yeah.
can't afford it, and we're college students and so on and so forth, but you can afford it if you really take the time to strategize like your weekly life or like weekly plan, and you kind of think about what you do on a daily basis, and you'll find out that you spend more on junk. That same junk that you're spending your money on, you can afford healthy stuff. Sure.
But what if, like, I have zero income? You know what I mean?
Okay.
Whatever money I get, my mama gave me.
Okay.
That ain't
Can you
much.
afford $25 a week?
No. I can't even
Okay.
afford a penny a day.
A penny a day?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know when they be like 39 cents can help a child in Africa? I'm that
So
child.
the ramen noodle diet is big on college campuses.
Right.
So,
Okay.
so
okay,
how do you plan around that? Like
Yeah.
ramen noodles, they're like 21 cents.
Well, I don't use the packet when I use ramen noodles because of all that sodium. So
Okay.
I like add chili powder, paprika.
So you add your own seasoning.
That's basically what I do. Add butter, a little bit of butter. You know, I don't want him to get mad. You know, a little bit of cheese, but I don't.
Oh,
use
switch it
the
to olive oil. There,
olive
that's
oil.
you
True,
can.
I could do that, yeah. But I don't use that packet because of all that sodium. Because that's something I don't want to mess with.
Okay.
Blood pressure.
I think, like, you probably fact check me on it. I think, like, one pack of ramen noodles is like 190 calories per serving, and I want to say it's 2 servings. So roughly almost 400 calories for a packet of ramen. You can fact check me. I don't know.
Wait, is that with the seasoning?
I'm pretty sure it is because it's just flavoring. So I think like the noodles
It's-
themselves. Yeah.
Like flavoring with salt.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Seasoning and salt. So
Well,
all the calories more than likely is coming from the noodles themselves.
But I'm pretty sure you hear this from all of your clients. This is
Sure.
a challenge.
Sure.
And it's not only the budget, but the
Sure.
convenience and then the taste. Like you're sacrificing taste for healthiness. So
Okay.
what would you say for your clients that has that issue as well?
How bad do you want it?
Because
How
you
bad
know
do you-
what I've noticed with food, but I think I have an advantage because I've been able to travel outside the country.
Sure.
And so they say that food is the quickest way to a person's heart. And so being able to get lost in Japan and not be able to read the signs or speak the language, that was fun. But I was able to sit down and have a good meal. So everyone speaks the same language when it comes to food.
Right.
You know, this is hungry, water, drink, something. And so what I'm getting at is that there's some type of comfort with food. And you ask, how bad do you want it? Sometimes when people eat, it's not necessarily that they're hungry. It's the comfort or what's associated with the food. So how do you tackle that? Because I've noticed with the African American community, we just discussed about collard greens and food. And it's kind of like it brings us back to a good setting. Like, especially being a college student, you're stressed out about your work and you don't know what to do about life. And you go home or maybe you go to Popeyes and you have that good fried chicken. And it's the greasiness that reminds you of like your mom's good cooking. And it's just a memory. So what advice would you have for your clients with that?
I would still say like the change of lifestyle. You know, like I think that especially like being African American, we have to look at our history and we have to think about the complex in that context. You know, like I've read the quote unquote slave diet.
Yeah.
And how certain families tie their current nutrition to that because it makes them feel like home. You know, and I don't know. I think there's something that we should definitely draw away from and find better ways of feeling comfort from better food, so to speak.
Wow.
but how do you go about it? Because like
Explore. Explore your palate. Explore.
I
Yeah.
mean, I can see that, but like definitely for me, like the only like when I talk about my income, the only way
Okay.
I get my food is either if my mom goes and gets me something or meal swipes. And if you look around on campus, none of that show you, but they don't really have anything that's like health nut wise up
Okay.
here. I mean, the most it would be, I guess, Subway, but that's flex points, which is like kind of real money.
Okay.
But then you run out of that quickly, so it's like,
Mm.
what do you do, I guess, as a struggling college student who really doesn't have any income, who's on a fixed meal plan, but you want to get healthy, you want to get better. So what do you do?
Okay. I would say, honestly, like, that's a really, really tough question, you know. I think, like, you as a student here at ODU, like, if you can sign a petition or lobby someone here on campus to say, hey, you know what, like, our lives do matter. You know, our bodies matter. Like, body science,
Yes.
like, our bodies matter, you know. So It's nutrition kind of heals from within, and like once you get that right, it's gonna just, I don't know, it's just gonna change you, you know. So I would say, I know I didn't really answer your question the way you wanted me to, but I think as a collective group, you and your friends or different students on campus who want better options here at school, I would say, hey, you know what, like this is what we want. Like look at it. So we need this, you know. So I guess depending on your budget, maybe I can get with you after the show and you can say, hey, you know what, this is what I got, and I'm pretty sure I can find something to your liking that will be healthier and not as expensive.
For free?
Nothing's for free. Yeah. No. You mean like me helping you for free?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I got you. I got you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
okay.
This is what this show's about. It's
Yeah,
about
sure.
taking the talents and
Sure.
like being able to see how we can learn from the guests that are on this show. And so that's really cool. And you just want to help people from being a military brat and having a healthy lifestyle?
I think like overall, I just been like a really nice person. So it's just all about paying it forward, giving back, you know, because it's been taught to me. So I just want to spread the knowledge, spread the word, you know. So just want to be a good human.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. And then I've also read in your bio that you went to Johnson & Wales University.
Yes.
So there are 4 universities, and there's one in my home state in Charlotte.
Yep.
And so it was like in Uptown. So, like, you were able to train with the best chefs. Why did you want to go there to study?
I actually got a scholarship from high school, from Tallwood High School. I got a scholarship to attend JWU in Miami. And I don't know, like I've always been in the kitchen cooking, like helping out moms, like mom, try this new recipe or try this out. And it's just, I don't know, it's just,
Kept going.
let's say again?
It kept going.
Yeah, I love cooking.
And
Yeah.
so that's all you studied at Johnson & Wales was culinary?
Yes, culinary arts nutrition.
Wow.
Yeah.
And they look like really fancy when I see the commercials. They twirl their knives and chop up the vegetables.
Right.
Is it anything like that?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but see, like the thing is, you know, I really didn't learn how to cook until I got to Miami. I mean, I had a basic foundation, but going to school in Miami really kind of honed it in, you know? And you
Yes.
really don't, like, you learn more from the students because Miami is just a huge melting pot of different flavors and cultures.
Definitely.
So you're learning from different people, like from Cuba, like, oh, cool, come make this, make that. So you're just learning. It's just constantly learning something
And
new.
you learned some Spanish down there too?
A little bit. Hola. And that's probably the extent of my Spanish.
You said, yo no sé. Alright. That's good. It lets you like hone in on your technique, like
Right.
how to hold a knife, how to chop without cutting yourself.
Absolutely,
like all those
yeah.
things. Yeah.
I've cut myself a lot of times cooking.
Okay.
Oh, that's it.
I don't cook much, but whatever. But it's good to find people that really love that.
Right.
And that love to cook. And I'm the guinea pig. I don't mind eating. So, what's one of your favorite dishes that you like to make?
Ooh. My family and I, we had a vegan Christmas dinner. Yes.
Vegan?
A vegan.
Tony would like that.
Yo,
He doesn't eat meat.
It was amazing. It was amazing. I am vegan.
You are?
Yes.
Why?
Yeah. What? Why? right. It happens. It's I guess we'll get to that. But yeah, I am a vegan and I have been so for a while now, and I absolutely love it.
Wow.
Yeah, but speaking on like your last question, favorite dish. We had a vegan Christmas dinner, and it was amazing. My mom made vegan mac and cheese. I came with these vegan sandwiches that I'm going to talk about. You're laughing, but I'm telling you, it's
Okay,
wonderful.
okay.
But my favorite dish, it's actually like an appetizer sandwich. It's
Okay.
whole wheat bread, veganese is vegan mayonnaise, Daya cheddar cheese. Daya is a brand. It's a vegan brand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Daya vegan cheddar cheese. And you also have tofurkey slices. Oh my goodness.
We
It
get
is
to learn
so
something
wonderful.
new.
It is so wonderful. Like I really wish like next time you guys invite me out.
Hang on. If you don't
yeah.
eat meat, but you have turkey tofu,
Yes, tofurkey. It's amazing.
Okay, see, this is
That
my
is
problem.
interesting.
This
Yeah.
is my problem with like vegan food, vegetarian food. Y'all don't want to eat like meat and all that, but you want your food to taste like it. So it's sort of like I don't get it. Like so you want it to
I
taste
see
like
what you're
this,
saying.
but you
Yeah.
don't want to eat it.
Yeah.
That's
right,
what gets me.
Right. See, like the thing is, like I can see. You know what? Honestly, if I was still living in the Middle East, because I did live in the Middle East for 5 years. Like I was a contractor in Kuwait for 5 years.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was a contractor because I got out of the army in 2009, and I started contracting in Kuwait in 2010 January, and I didn't leave until April 2015. So being like I wasn't a vegan then, but the thing is, their chickens aren't 10 pounds. 2 feet wide, long, whatever. Like it's you know where your food is coming from. We had local fresh markets to where I can walk down to the market and grab my produce. I didn't even have to use my refrigerator because I picked out what I wanted for that day. I ate it, and then tomorrow was a new day, and you do the same thing. You know, so everything was fresh. But here, I don't know. You
I
never
see
really
what
know.
you're saying. Everything's
Yeah, sure.
processed here.
Yeah, sure.
And elsewhere, like in Japan, well, not so much Japan, but I think in Europe they do the same thing. They go to the open air markets.
Right.
Oh my goodness, who did that? Keep it going.
So when you're in the Middle East, did you eat a lot of couscous?
I love couscous. Absolutely, yeah, yeah,
Oh, so
yeah.
like, oh yeah, you were talking.
Cusco, what's that?
Couscous.
Cus-
It's like I don't want to say it's an ancient grain, but yeah, it's like a grain.
Yes.
It's similar to like the consistency of I don't want to say rice, but it kind of
Almost,
looks
but it's like
it.
balled, little
Yeah,
balls.
right,
Like grits, but bigger.
right, yeah.
I hate grits. Okay.
So you were talking about your Christmas dinner, and that was your favorite dish.
Yeah.
And so you said that you're vegan, and that you'll explain it later. What inspired you to want to become vegan? Was it because of the processed foods, and you didn't know how the meats were being processed?
I would say it's really complex, but that is definitely a part of it. I lost an uncle a few years ago. He was way in excess of maybe 400, 500 pounds. So, yeah, so it's just looking at that entire complex. Like I have members of my family, hypertension, diabetic. I just lost my barber. He died maybe about a month ago. Heart attack, massive heart attack. He was only 50 years old. A few years ago, I lost another friend, 31 years old, I believe, female. She had a massive stroke. We are dying from curable diseases. So I had to look at my life and how I was living. I'm like, you know what? Like, something's got to give. Like, I want to live.
Yeah, and
So nutrition is really huge and a part of that.
the thing you were just talking about, diabetes, stroke, hypertension.
Right.
And that's very prevalent in the African American community. And if
Absolutely.
you look at our diet, you can understand why.
Sure.
And that goes back to, I guess, conveniency, our palate, on what we consider what tastes good. You're tackling a huge social issue. You're not just tackling what people think and how they feel. You're tackling tradition.
Right.
And when people are set in their ways and a habit, it's hard to change.
Right.
What is your method, and how are you going to conquer or tackle that?
One day at a time, one person at a time. You know, it's podcasts, just different ground roots movements. You know, just talking to folks. You know, and actually walking around with maybe like a plate of food. But hey, like try this, because I'm actually trying to partner now with a company at Greenbrier Mall called 7 City Salads, and they serve healthy, great soup salads, paninis, and things of that nature. But the thing is, the demographic of the mall itself, people aren't really gravitating to it. They want the spicy, they want the fried, they want the greasy, the oily, and I don't know. It's really tough, but it's gonna change. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, just hard work.
You got a question? You're looking around like you have a question.
Yeah.
No. I mean, no, it's just. I just feel like it's like, I don't know, like. Obviously, it's not no secret. I'm one of the people who, like, could use this, but it's like.
Okay.
I feel like it's easier not well, easier said than done. Because I know, like in your bio, it was speaking of it's a whole lifestyle change, but there's
Right.
also a mental that goes with it.
Sure.
So you have to change your mental. You have to change it all because any lifestyle change is a big change. You're
Right.
basically changing your habits, and we're habitual creatures. So it's
Right.
like I don't know. I know it's like possible, but I just want to see like how it could be because it's like so many factors countering against it.
Right.
So I don't know. I want to see it happen.
And that's honestly like the first step. Like you just telling yourself that, hey, you know what? Like I've already identified what the issue is, and I want to see it happen. Now, like I may not know how to happen, but let me reach out to someone who does. You need a life coach. You need someone to get you to where you need to be.
Hey.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy, but if you can,
Vince,
right?
Mr. Lombardi, you ready?
Yeah.
I mean, I wanna. Yeah, I'll do it. Shoot, I'll try some vegan mac and cheese. Which
You know, honestly, like I would definitely like to say that it's not so much more about that. Like it really is mental. And what's really cool about my platform, like Mantis Life Group and Body Science, is that we believe in 100% communication. Like my partner and I, Jason Smith, we talk a lot. 24/7, any time of the day. Like if you need a shoulder to lean on, reach out. I think that's what sets us apart from different companies because we're all about communication. So like anything the client needs, like we're definitely there for you, 100%.
do you have, I guess, a blueprint? Because it is like Shiver said, fatty foods, fried foods. That's something that's heavy in the Black community.
Right.
So, how are you gonna go about like changing the mindset of like, oh, maybe kale, maybe greens, spinach, and all that is good, and I have a taste
Because
for it.
that's not part of the Black community. They'll tell you right quick, we don't eat that.
Right. Sure. Sure. It's I guess like getting people together. Like I told you about the event that my family had, the vegan Christmas dinner. Everyone was against it, but I did it anyway, and everyone loved it. My mom, like that's honestly what really made my mom turn vegan.
Oh.
Like she's probably not 100% there, but she said, you know what? I didn't realize that this could taste so good. Like I was really impressed. So now she's blowing my inbox up with recipes. Like,
Okay.
hey, you try this out? I'm like, no, but thanks, I will. Thank
No,
you.
Mom.
Oh, thank you.
So what's the difference between being vegan and vegetarian? Because I always get those two mixed up.
See, like being a vegan, it's of course you don't eat chicken, poultry, beef. You don't eat any byproducts of animals. Period. Yeah, vegetarians they kind of slide away with your eggs and your cheese and yeah.
But you have
Yeah, your
vegan
dairy.
mac and cheese.
Yes, vegan cheese, non-dairy cheese. Yeah.
How's that possible?
It's really like all it is. Like if you look at the label of diet cheese, you'll see that it's just made with different essential oils, you know, and it's not dairy based at all. Yeah, I would say try it because like honestly, like
Okay.
eat a chicken that's not seasoned and tell me what it tastes like.
Plain.
Absolutely nothing,
Trash.
right?
Yeah.
So it's all about experimenting with flavors.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's really all about experimenting with flavors.
You caught me with that one, guys.
Gut punch.
All right, you got one. You
Right.
got one. Okay.
One up.
This is really interesting. I get to learn something new
Sure.
about vegan cheese and vegan diets. I just assume that it's very hard. I tried to be vegetarian one time, and I guess it's like quitting cold turkey. There has to be steps, and it was
Sure.
just I guess comfort, and not just comfort. I just missed meat and the taste of it. And how do you get past those first few stages? Even though you said it's a mind game, how do you
Right.
get past the mind?
You know what? That's a great question. I probably can't answer that because I went cold turkey. Yeah, I just went cold turkey. It's like, you know what? Let's go it. And then I guess you could say you have like meat withdrawals.
Yeah, that's what I had.
but you just go for it, you know, because like for me, like how strong is your mental? I told myself that this is what I want to do, this is what I need, and this is what I'm going to do. So it was just, it probably not going to be that easy for everyone, but I know for me it was. But it can be a process.
Do you know? I guess my biggest thing is like I like to cook, but there will be times like got an annotated bibliography due, a paper due here, some homework to do, got to study, finals coming up. So it's like, is there any, I guess, either fast food or quick solutions to hunger that are also healthy?
Yes. What I recommend to every single client that I do have, before each meal or snack, drink an 8 ounce or a 12 ounce glass of water. See what that does. Like sometimes people, they think they're hungry when they're really thirsty. So more than likely, you're probably dehydrated. So yeah, drink water. Like especially like during like the winter months when you feel that you don't need it, your body's dehydrated. You need water in your body. Like our bodies are what 70% water. Yeah, you need to hydrate constantly. So before each meal and snack, drink water, and then after each snack and meal, drink water again. Not only does it make you feel full faster, it aids in digestion. Yeah.
Oh, I've heard that you're supposed to drink half your body weight. Is that true?
I don't know. I can be honest and say I don't know. I probably have to do some research on that. Yeah, but I would say definitely consume a lot of water.
But how would you like, I guess, get something quick and on the go?
Yes. If you can prepare fruit, whole fruit, you don't have to buy the store-bought stuff because that stuff is more than likely expensive.
Yeah.
If you can't afford the store-bought stuff, I say go canned. It may say that it has like a lot of sugar on there, like the simple syrup with high fructose corn syrup.
Yeah.
You can get away with that. Just rinse it off. Just rinse it off. It may not get all of it off, but at least you're not getting all that into your system. You know?
What about oats and fibers, like apples with fiber? Does that help make you full?
Of course, like if you don't mind like going to the bathroom a lot, fiber. Like I love high fiber diets.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. And you'll feel full faster. Oatmeal especially, it'll stick to your gut.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, oatmeal. Yeah.
Just something my mama said.
No, oatmeal will stick to your gut. It has protein and it's high in fiber.
Oh.
And if you don't want to sweeten it up with sugar, which I do not recommend, use
Can you use honey?
Honey's not vegan since it comes from bees. But for you, yes, you can.
But bees are an insect.
I know it's a vegan thing. I know. I'm not gonna fight you on it. It's a vegan thing, but yeah, vegans don't eat honey, or at least they're not supposed to. Yeah, I would definitely say try like a maple syrup, or this is stuff I use at home. I can't recall at the moment, but yeah. Agave. I've heard of it before. Yeah.
It's like it's made from it's what tequila's made from, but it's the agave sugar.
See, like the thing is sugar.
Yeah.
Like no matter what source you get it from, sugar is definitely sugar. Just try to find like a better one for you. Like I would say something that's naturally occurring in fruits. Like what I like to spice up my oatmeal with is dates.
You like dates?
I love dates because it is naturally sweet, like really sweet.
Yeah, I've had it before. It's good.
Chop it up, put it in your oatmeal, and then you just sweeten up your oatmeal.
Been on a date, never had it.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right, back to the sugar thing. So so your body can't differentiate between the sugars in the apple and the sugar in a piece of candy?
See, the thing is like you have complex sugars and you have simple sugars. Like all that other stuff, the simple sugars you kind of want to stay away from. Like the naturally occurring sugars in fruit, it's good for you.
All right, so what does complex mean? Like complex sugars, complex carbs. What does that mean when something's complex?
I would say like the way that it's digested. It has like so many like don't quote me on this, but like the way that it's broken down in your system. Yeah, in like the chemical chain. Yeah.
Cool. So
I would also like to add something else too on that.
Okay.
Like, have you ever heard of Dr. Sebi?
Yes.
Cell food. He passed away. I don't want to say recently. I can't remember when, but he passed away, and he was really big on alkaline nutrition. So that's
I've
what
heard about that.
yeah. So that's what I try to keep myself towards is eating more alkaline.
But that's I know exactly what you're talking about. But the thing is, like, a lot of the foods he's like, don't eat other foods that are healthy that I grew up with. Like, he's like, don't eat broccoli. It's man-made. Don't eat cauliflower. He's like, don't eat almonds. He's like, But it's like almond milk. Drink that instead of cow milk.
See, like the thing about almond milk though,
Mhm.
it's I would definitely say do your research a little bit more on almond milk
Mhm.
because the concentration of almonds in the milk, it's not what you think. Yeah, they just use different additives to kind of boost it up.
What do you mean?
Oh.
Say again?
Like, can you go into further explanation of that?
Um, I would have to do more research to really like get it down to where I can talk about it comfortably. So I can just really say just do more research on it, and you'll see what I'm talking
But
about.
right now, you seem very knowledgeable
Yeah.
about the foods that you eat.
Yeah.
And it sounds like you're able to like really inform and teach your clients about what foods are good for them based
Yeah,
on
sure.
what they're looking for in their body style or their body types.
See, like the thing that I do, because since I'm not a registered dietitian or nutritionist, I can just pretty much guide them and tell them that, hey, like this is what works for me. I don't want to get too scientific about it because I'm not a registered dietitian or nutritionist, but I can say, hey, like it worked for me and it worked for my clients. So I don't know. You can try it. And I'm pretty sure it will work.
Wow.
Yeah.
So throughout your travels and your studies, I'd like to know what is one dish you absolutely don't like making, but everyone else loves it when you make it.
It was, I guess, the sandwich that I told you about for the Christmas dinner because I used to eat it so much to the point where like, because now I don't even eat bread now. Yeah, I don't
What?
even eat bread now.
Why? What happened?
I would say like if you, in regards to like alkaline nutrition, we probably shouldn't be eating flour also. Yeah,
Oh.
I would say look that up as well. But I noticed because I have oily skin and I was extremely prone to acne when growing up. And I noticed that when eating bread or any byproduct of flour, I would get these crazy acne breakouts. It was crushing. I mean, like really, really bad. And I would
Oh.
notice that when I eat bread. So I'm like, you know what? Let me ditch the bread and see what happens. And I would notice that my face would clear up a little bit better. But I still have acne sometimes though. But still not as bad as it was when I ate bread. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, sure.
I eat bread sometimes, I guess breaded things, and I guess if I stop eating bread, my acne would clear up.
And drink a lot of water too. You know, like flush
Yeah.
everything out. Like it's great to go on like a fast just to detoxify your body.
Well, I drink green smoothies. I think they detoxify me a lot,
Drink water.
and that too. And so, what do you like to start your day with when it comes to eating or shaking for breakfast?
Honestly, I don't eat breakfast. Yeah, I do what's called the intermittent fasting. So it's not like she's wiping her eyes like what. Yeah, it's called intermittent fasting. It's not that I do not eat 3 meals. I still eat 2 to 3 meals a day, but I pretty much shift all my meals forward. So I won't have my first meal until after the gym. So I do fasted gym time or fasted cardio. So I won't have my first meal until after lunch, and then I'll space it out, and yeah.
I might like be. That's something I can see doing for
Yeah.
myself because my first class on is like 11, 12.
Yeah, sure.
So I like to sleep in because I'll do my work till 1, go to bed and all that. So it's like people, you usually hear like breakfast is the most important meal of the day, but I'll miss that breakfast time. So I'll
Right.
just skip straight to lunch and then dinner. But breaking it up, I guess just pushing it back and spacing it out seems a lot better and seems more doable to me.
I would say definitely try it because me personally, I haven't had any issues, and I'm always energized. You know, I'm not. I don't know. Like if you do decide to eat breakfast in the morning, which is great, just go for something light and energizing, and drink a lot of fluids. Yeah.
How do you choose like the right meal plan, I guess, for you?
It really depends on the individual and their goals. You know, if you have a particular goal, then a meal plan could be tailored to what your goals are. Yeah.
There's so many out there. Like there's like the Atkins diet, it's the Weight Watchers, it's
Right.
Nutrisystem. It's like so many things. So how, I guess, when do you know what's the right one for you? Or
When
like,
it's working.
when it's working.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, I know there's like I wouldn't probably be like smart, but yeah, like you'll know once you start seeing changes. and sometimes those changes won't take effect for a while. But I would say like uh, calorie in and calorie out. So if you're not burning the calories that you're putting in your body, then you're not going to lose. You'll either just neutralize or stay at the same place of where you are, or you'll gain. So, yeah.
I hear like there's also the saying that 70% of losing weight is changing your diet.
Absolutely correct.
So
I agree.
would it be, I guess, for someone who doesn't have a working mom, who doesn't have much of time to go to the gym or to even walk around like a track, would it be best or ideal to change just your diet alone? Or would you still recommend going to the gym, working out, and finding some way to like exercise?
I would say that first things first, nutrition is should be always your number one priority.
True.
And then if you have time to go to the gym, great. If not, you have more than enough space in your room to get everything you need done. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Interesting. So you've also explained that you're a personal trainer.
Right.
I have a few questions about that.
Sure.
So I recently was trying to train for my physical test, and then I hurt my knee because I was playing soccer. I jumped and fell wrong on it. And what advice would you have for someone who's trying to recuperate, heal their knee? What types of food is healthy? Because I strained my ligaments
Okay.
because the knee was like this and it went like that, stretch, or it did something it wasn't supposed to. So my ligaments are strained.
Okay.
Is there a diet that will help aid in the healing process?
I'm just gonna go off of personal experience. For me, I don't want to say something and it be fact because it can't. I don't know if it can be proven, but for me, it's proven.
Okay.
When I was in high school, well, maybe like a little bit before high school, I was playing football, and I got tackled in my left knee, and I sprained ligaments in my knee, and from that day forward, I always had built up fluid in my knee, all throughout my military career. Should I say this on the radio? No, I'm not gonna talk about that. But yeah, I've always had built up fluid in my knee until I became a vegan, and the fluid in my knee disappeared. I promise you. I promise you. on everything I love, like I have no more fluid in my left knee ever since I became a vegan. My body recovers a lot faster. I drink a ton of water. I eat my veggies. I eat my fruits. I eat my healthy grains, and I don't have any issues. I'm 32 years old, and I don't have any issues, aches or pains, and I work out hardcore, and I train.
Do you believe in CrossFit when you work out with your people?
See, the thing is, like, my style of training, I would say it's similar to a CrossFit box. You may have done your research and realized that a lot of CrossFit athletes do get injured quite often. Some of the stuff they do is pretty crazy. But for me, it's a variety. CrossFit, heavy weightlifting, endurance. It's all that combined in one. But it's more tailored to a CrossFit side, but not really CrossFit.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
All right, I'll pose this question. Like, do you stretch before you train, or did you stretch before you played soccer?
that time, yes.
That's probably why you got injured. You should never, ever, ever, ever stretch before you train, at all.
That's what Tony says.
Because it's like, think about a rubber band. Did you explain the rubber band?
Yeah.
Think about a rubber band. You're ramming on a rubber band and it's cold and it's gonna pop. So that's why you have to incorporate a nice dynamic warm up to. Yeah.
I was always told that before you play a sport, you want to stretch a little, not too much, but
You want to warm up. That's it. You want to do a really nice dynamic warm up, jumping jacks, different things of that nature, like to warm yourself up. Don't stretch anymore.
Oh.
Yeah.
See, this is crazy because everything you learn, like, gets counteracted
Yes.
as you go. Like, you have to eat alkaline foods. You can't stretch before you work out. it's so many things that you get told on how to be healthy. Some are wrong, some can actually hurt you. So it's like hard to differentiate between the two.
I would agree, but I think the good thing about the human race is that we've been adapting for so long. So we just have to just become accustomed with change, but never forget to fact check all the information that we receive. And just think critically about everything that we get ourselves into. I think if you can apply that to every situation, you'll differentiate what's bad and what's good. Yeah.
So we become our own Dr. Google.
Right. Right. Or Dr. Book.
Doctor.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow, that is interesting.
So, what is it? Say, I would come into your gym and I'm be like, hey, I'm ready. I want to make a lifestyle change. I want to, get healthy. I want to do all of this. How would you go about helping someone out like me? Like, what would be the first steps?
The first step is to dissect your schedule and your current trends. I would definitely get like a spreadsheet, or you keep a track of what you do throughout the week. Give me your schedule so we can work something out, so I can actually identify what I think the weak points are, so we can pretty much strategize and come up with a really cool plan to get you on the path to where you need to be. Yeah.
So, all right. So, you're not a nutritionist.
Right.
So, what is your field of expertise? It would be in working the body?
I would say yes. I would also say like mentorship, and I guess it comes naturally from the military because I was a non-commissioned officer in the Army. So mentorship, and I guess back then like guiding troops into battle, or it's just always it just sticks. Like it never leaves, and law enforcement as well. So I kind of just it's tailored in me.
Are you okay if we show our audience some pictures of your facility, your gym?
Absolutely. Well, the gym's not up yet, so we don't have it furnished with equipment, but I do have some pictures on Instagram with what a vegan body can look like if you train hard. You feel me?
Because our producer showed me a picture.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you could post it to our live feed. Danielle's already ready. I think
right.
you'll...
She's like, what? Picture, shirt off.
Don't do
pecs,
that to me, Sharp.
like muscles.
Let's
like, hey, muscles.
Oh, he has a six-pack.
You have a six-pack?
Yeah, it's probably like a 4 or 2 or something like that.
I saw 6.
Okay.
She studied.
I do like the back picture though. Like the back picture is I think that's where it really counts.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're having technical difficulties again.
Sure thing.
But we'll work around it.
But
Sure.
you had muscles before you became vegan from the military, right?
I would say yes and no. Before I became vegan, I kind of got sloppy with my weight. I was just at a period in my life to where like everything just tasted good, and I overate and didn't eat in moderation.
You thought that because you ran every day that you could eat whatever?
Right.
That's what I did.
Right,
because when I would run
right.
every day, I thought, oh, I can afford it. Not afford it as money, but as well. But it was about, oh, I'll run. If I eat this cake or if I eat this burger, I can just go run it off and it'll be okay. But I guess the older I'm getting, I'm finding out that that's not the case.
Well, I would also say that it really depends on like your cheat meals that you speak of. Like you train hard, you want to have a cheat meal, right? So I guess it really depends on where you source your food from. Like if you go run 5 miles and say, hey, I'm going to go get this Burger King patty, it's going to be so delicious, that's all sorts of wrong. Like you can probably go to like a better restaurant with more quality meat, not like grade F meat.
What I've realized is that I can't eat at Burger King or McDonald's anymore or if I eat a lot of greasy food, I get sick.
Right, absolutely.
So, like, all right, I think it was a while back, it came out, Michael Phelps, his diet, and we saw, like, he was eating, like, mad calories, like, a whole bunch of fries, pizzas, and all that. But at the same time, Michael Phelps is very lean.
You know what? because that individual, like
We'll reference his page.
swimming for sure, swimming.
Works your whole body.
It's a full body workout,
Yeah.
and I'm pretty sure like the meals that he is eating, the ones that he does post to his feed or whatever, he's burning that off with his training for sure. Yeah, but I would definitely argue that it's still not healthy for, like, just because he can stay lean, it doesn't make it healthy.
So just because you have like a six pack or abs or something,
Right.
that doesn't necessarily mean you're healthy. It just
Are
means
you right? Are you familiar with CT Fletcher? He has tons of videos on YouTube. No, it's he is a beast in the gym. You know, like one of the strongest dudes I've ever seen. Even though they're all stronger, but dude is he's really official. Check him out, CT Fletcher. But he's had multiple heart attacks in his life, and he would say that, hey, you know what, like, all I wanted to do was train, lift heavy, be a strong man, and eat burgers, Burger King, McDonald's, whatever. The dude has had like 4 or 5 heart attacks. He's actually on the list right now to get a heart transplant. He can't even do, like we were talking about, the dude with 20-inch plus arms can't even do a single push-up due to his nutrition. CT Fletcher, check him out. And now he's on the list to get a heart transplant. So you tell me which path you want to go down. You want to go down the CT Fletcher path, Michael Phelps path, or like the making really good decisions path.
That just blew. See, this is what really blows my mind. It's like you can't get no closer. It's like you can look like him. You can look like the Hulk, but still be unhealthy
Right.
just as much as the next person.
Right.
So it really, I don't know. I guess it really is. It's not just an aesthetic thing, as more as it's an internal, like how are your organs? How is your body acting?
Right. That's dope. Yeah, I mean, like,
Thank you.
because like when you hear people talk about, because like my gym, a body science and aesthetic training center, not just aesthetically pleasing to look at on the outside, but the inner beauty of nutrition and fitness, you know, and yeah.
So, with your gym, would you say you work on not just looking aesthetically inside physically, but also mentally? Like you want to have, it's basically a full change 360.
Right.
So
Wow.
it's a whole mental, it's a legit lifestyle changing. You're
Yeah.
about to change who you are. So if you're willing and if you want to do it, it's a big step.
Absolutely, and a step to not be taken lightly, you know, because you are changing, I guess, your quote unquote roots, so to speak, like your family foundations, history of what you used to eat. Now it's what I have to eat to sustain my health.
Yeah.
You know, like right now, sometimes if I taste something that it doesn't taste so good, but I knew it's really great for my body, like I'm eating to live, I'm not eating for taste. You know,
You're eating to live, not living to eat.
right? I love it.
Wow. So when you cook, when you not only cook for yourself, but when you cook for other people, do you have that same mind mentality that you eat to live? So does that mean your food is flavorless when you cook?
Awesome question. Now, I ain't gonna forget my roots. I love flavor. Now, I do season. I do season my food. But no, I'm just saying, like, it's just looking back at it, like, I want to eat healthy, and I do season my food. But that was just I guess like you got me off track now. That was a good question. But I do season my food. But yeah, for sure, like, if I buy something and it's not flavorful, I know I'm still gonna eat it anyway because I know it's healthy for my body. But when I cook, it's great.
So how would you? So I guess basically it would be. How would you interact with people who are from different cultural backgrounds? Because Virginia is mad diverse because like the shipyard people come in, like it's with all the military, it's very attractive to those who are from outside of Virginia and even the States.
Okay.
So how do you counteract with people who come from like eating jollof, who come from the Caribbean, who may come from Saudi Arabia, from the Middle East or wherever, to where they can eat healthy but still have their roots in, not just with black people and soul food, but like,
Okay.
how do you counteract that so they feel welcome?
I've been to this thing they host every year in Chesapeake called Veg Fest, and pretty much a lot of vegan vendors or even vendors who don't specialize normally in vegan cuisine, they do offer that in this big park in Chesapeake, and they will have flavors of the Orient or flavors from South America or it's really diverse, and it's called Veg Fest. They do it every year. I think they're ramping up for it right now. So, but even here, like every country that I've ever been to, they offer a vegan style cuisine, which tastes amazing.
I know India is known for vegan.
Oh my gosh, heck yeah.
Actually, tomorrow from 11 a.m. I think to 9 p.m.
Yeah.
They're on campus at the TED, and it's free. They're having Indian cuisine, a taste of India. Yeah.
Are you going, right?
Yeah.
I am.
I hope so. Yeah.
I was going with my friend Juan. Yeah.
That's dope.
They cook with a lot of turmeric. Do you believe in turmeric and its health properties?
Absolutely. Like, honestly, like when I worked in Kuwait, I worked around a lot of Indians, a lot of Nepalese,
Bangladesh, Sri Lanka.
Right, and that was a staple in their nutrition. Garlic, ginger, turmeric, all that, and I always wonder why those guys never got sick either. It's they're eating all these foods that have so many wonderful health properties in it to pretty much sustain their bodies.
So for our audience, and what is turmeric?
It's a spice. It's a spice. I mean, like it's. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that I know the exact plant or whatever, but
No, just a general explanation.
Yeah.
What does it taste like? I guess, like, can you compare it to any other sort of seasoning?
I think it's more so used for like the health properties and the color, because it's something when you cook with, don't really get it on your hands because it will stain your hands. It's like a robust orange brown color, yeah.
Like spaghetti in the little
right,
plastic
but it's really strong. It, like how can I put it? How would you explain it? Because you've had it before too.
Yeah,
You just can't
I
use
like it in a tea.
Really?
Yeah, they have turmeric.
No. I my facial expression may have been bad, but it was more so in the context of really. That's really cool. Get out of here.
I don't know about that.
I just know that
I'm scared.
it's just strong though. I know it's really strong.
So I had it in tea mixed with ginger, so it's just strong and spicy.
Awesome.
It's spicy.
Ginger.
Well, because of ginger.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I liked it. It's good. I went to Lidl. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but they had this. They have a spice section, and they had organic turmeric, and so I just decided to get it. I haven't opened it up yet, but I plan on doing so when I go home and just trying some. I heard it has great healing properties, especially for ligaments, and hopefully, probably take the whole bottle.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I would definitely say do that versus because me, like when it comes to medicine, I really don't like to take medicine at all, really.
But you never get sick.
Right.
So,
See, like, you got me convinced because I get sick every day. Like, I mean, according to
and if you
my
check out the
absence-
pics on Instagram, I do not take supplements, protein, none of that. I don't take any of that.
No steroids.
Nope, I promise I don't. Yeah, no steroids, no protein, no whatever powder. It's I don't know.
Where is his Instagram?
oh,
We lost HDMI. I mean, we can lose it, but it's not one available right now.
we're not able to provide the
Plug
pictures.
yourself.
Have him plug his social media.
Plug yourself.
platform.
What's your social media platform?
Well, the website is https www.
You don't gotta do that.
I have to. I gotta be formal. Let me say mantislifegroup.com.
Okay.
And Instagram, Facebook at Mantis Life Group.
For the closeout music. It's already 7 o'clock.
Man, that was a fast hour.
That
yo.
was
that
because
was
it
pretty
was
cool.
very informative.
Heck yeah.
And we learned so much from you. So
Heck
we
yeah.
want to tell you thank you, and we really appreciate having you on the show.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yo, come check us out.
Okay.
MantisLifeGroup.com. Jason
Plug
Smith,
yourself.
Brown Albright. Body Science Gym coming to Chesapeake very, very soon. 809 Live Oak Drive, suite number 8. About to get it popping, man. Brown Albright.
There you Oh.
It's gonna be lit.
Heck yeah.
I said that right?
It's
Play the music. Play the music. Play the music.
it's about to be lit.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.